Guys, I just completed a Grandmaster Nightfall with a group from LFG. Shout out to all the LFG people that allow Low Light to join the group. This build gave me the perfect ad control when completing the Grandmaster Nightfall. On Mars, the ogres were coming at us and we had a lot of damage being thrown at us, and even that didn't stop this build from shining. We're going to be combining two exotics that shine together and work perfectly. We're going to be combining the Quicksilver Storm and the Osmiomancy gloves on a stasis warlock. Now the Osmiomancy gloves on a stasis warlock gives us the perfect ad control that we need when completing the Grandmaster Nightfall. All the ads get frozen. We're able to stun any champion in the game because of our stasis crystals and our stasis turns. We're freezing everything in sight and we're controlling the ads to such a perfect degree that that content almost seems easy when under life. I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're using this, and we're going to be able to gain almost unlimited health regens, responding lots of orbs of power with this build. Stay tuned as I'm going to deep dive into the build in a quick second. I also will be rolling out more build videos to synergize with this build in the upcoming week. So if you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's jump straight into the build. So the exotic of choice today will be the Osmiomancy gloves. The Osmiomancy gloves is going to give our cold snap grenades an additional charge that recharge quicker on direct impact, and the secret spawn from cold snap grenades to travel further. While we have those two cold snap grenades, we want to make those cold snap grenades turn into turns. The way we will be making them turn into turns is by using the Bleak Watcher fragment aspect. And that's going to be in our Shadebinder warlock subclass. For this build to synergize well together, run the Osmiomancy gloves with your stasis subclass. Now we're jumping into our stasis subclass. We're going to keep everything the same with our regular abilities. The key things you want to keep in mind is to have your cold snap grenade for any of our abilities. Now the two aspects I love to run with this build will be the Ice Flare bolts and Bleak Watch. Ice Flare bolts will make sure anytime you shatter a frozen target, it will spawn seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets. So when you have a cluster of ads like in the gameplay in the back, those, once you shatter that frozen targets, like you shatter an unstoppable champion, it's not going to freeze all the surrounding thralls surrounding that unstoppable champion. And Bleak Watcher gives us the ability to make turns that can freeze targets and just consistently freeze any targets in the game. This is how I'm able to consistently stay alive with this build. With this build, you want to focus on 100 resilience and 100 discipline, so we gain the most damage reduction possible, and we're able to spam our grenades consecutively by having 100 discipline. Cold snap grenade is a must since Osmiomancies only work with a cold snap grenade. Now we're going to be running fragments that synergize well with this build and make everything compact. The first fragment we have will be Whisper of Change. Whisper of Change is going to give us a nice damage reduction while we are near frozen targets. So this is going to be around a 30% damage reduction. So on top of our already 100 resilience, we're getting more damage resistance. The next thing we do have is Whisper of Rending. So our primary ammo will now deal increased damage to stasis frozen targets. That means anytime we freeze any kind of champion, so a barrier or an unstoppable champion, we will now deal an increase of 40% damage. That means our Quicksilver Storm will do more damage. You can even swap this out for a Wish Ender or any kind of primary exotic and deal more damage. The next thing we do have is Whisper of Charge. So Whisper of Charge is going to give us the capability to boost our grenade recharge rate anytime we shatter a stasis crystal or just shatter a frozen target in general. The last thing we do have, which is key to make this build work and to have the perfect ad control build, is Whisper of Endurance. So we can freeze that unstoppable champion from dealing huge amounts of damage, and we can finally go and take cover and regenerate all of our health. That's why we're using Whisper of Endurance, so our slows last longer from our cold snap, either by throwing it down or by converting it into a turn by using Bleak Watcher. That's all we're using in our stasis subclass, and that's how we make this build work and make this build shine. The weapons we're using for this build will be the Quicksilver Storm, a blinding grenade launcher, and then a rocket launcher. The blinding grenade launcher also works perfectly with this build, so we can blind all the targets and then freeze them, swap to our rocket launcher, and then just demolish every single enemy. It's the perfect ad clear setup, and that's how I'm able to consistently clear the GM this week by using this build. Now for the mods on our system, the first thing we want to keep in mind is that the only thing we want out of the mod system is to spam our grenade consecutively. The only way we're going to be able to do that is by running double grenade kickstarter on our gauntlets, and that's how we have double grenade kickstarter on our Osmiomancy gloves. The rest is completely up to you. On our helmet, you want to spawn those orbs of power and spawn heavy brick ammo. So we're going to be using kinetic siphon with heavy ammo finder, so our rocket launcher can gain as much ammo as possible. On our chest piece, we're not using anything special but damage resist mods, so I have Arc, Void, and then Concussive Dampener just to reduce the amount of damage we take on a consistent basis. On our feet, we're going to be rocking the same exact thing. We're going to be using Better Already, so we have a way to actually heal ourselves outside of our rift. And we're going to be using Innervation, so we're going to reduce our remedy cooldown, so we pick up an Overpower, along with Void Scavenger, so we're getting more reserves every time we pick up any kind of ammo brick that goes to our Void weapon. The last thing we do have on our class item, our Warlock mod, will be 2 mods that make this build pop. We're going to be using Powerful Attraction, so anytime we pop our rift, it automatically collects any nearby orbs of power. And we're using Reaper. Reaper makes sure that even though we only have Kinetic Siphon, anytime we pop our rift, our next weapon found on blow from any source will spawn an orb of power. We combine that with Bomber, and that wraps it up for the build. If you guys made it this far in the video, make sure you drop photo fitness in the comments. Let me know you guys made it this far and you are enjoying the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next build video that will synergize well with this video. See you guys next week.
I should like to speak with your heiress Morn about these hive rituals. I need to understand how Toro Bottle was taken, so I may take it back.